Hey everybody, we are looking at this problem clone graph. Given a reference of a node in a connected undirected graph, return a deep copy of the graph. Each node is represented as this, so it has a value and it has a list of its neighbor. It's basically an adjacency list. For simplicity, we are given that each node has a value of index 1. For simplicity, each value is the same as the node's index and the indexes are one indexed. For example, the first node has a value of 1, the second node with a value of 2. This is going to be useful to us. We are given that the first node will always be value equals to 1. We are also supposed to return a copy of the node. We are not supposed to return the node itself. Let's take an example. Let's say we have a graph like this 1, 2, 3, and 4. Its valid copy would be this in the blue 1, 2, 3, and 4, not the same elements, and all the elements in order. If you look at this example, this might look the same, but because we are returning the same thing, we are returning the input, we are not supposed to do that. Or if the order changes, even though we have copied the graph, but the order changes, that would not be valid. So we are supposed to return this particular graph. So to solve this problem, let's make certain observations. Let's say I have the node 1 something like this. This is my value of 1 and this is my neighbor of 2 and 4. So to create a new graph, what I would do is I would just copy the value first. So value I copied as 1, and then I also need to copy the neighbors. So for every neighbor, these are nodes. So they also correspond to another node over here. So I would be like, okay, I don't have 2 and 4 right now created. So let's create 2 and 4. When I create 2 and 4, I don't actually traverse their neighbors. I just create empty 2 and 4. So value 2, neighbors, I don't know. And over here, I'm like value of 4, neighbors, I don't know as this point in time. And then once we are done with this, we go to the next element. So the next element we correspond from the old graph, not from the new graph, because new graph does not have any idea what are the neighbors. These are all empty over here. So from the old graph, we find out what should be the next element. So we can see either 2 or 4 should be the next element. So let's suppose 2 is the next element. So we come here to the new graph territory and we see, okay, 2 is already created. Let's not create it again. We just have to fill its neighbor. So in the neighbors section, I want to fill the neighbor of 2. What are the neighbors of 2? Let's draw the node of 2. With yellow, I am drawing the old node. So value, this is neighbor. The 2's neighbor are 1 and 3. So now I come to the new area and over here 2 I have already created. I need to fill the neighbors. So in the neighbors, I need to fill 1. But 1, I don't have to create again because 1 is already created. So I don't create again. I point to the same node created earlier. Otherwise, I would create something like this again. Value 1 and neighbor empty at this point in time. and I would keep creating new nodes for the same thing, and I should not be doing that. So I would check if I already have one value, node 1 created, and I would assign that value over here. Next, I would say 3. Is 3 created? No, it's not created. So 3 would be created here. Value 3, neighbor, I don't know yet. I can only find out when I traverse that. So over here, we can point to 3. From this node again, what would be the next node I should iterate to? 1. From 1, we can go to 4. So I can iterate to 4. So I come here at 4. Let's draw 4. Over here, value is 4. 4 is connected to 1 and 3. So neighbors are going to be 1 and 3. Let's come over here. 4 is connected to 1 is already created, not going to create again. 3 already created, not going to create again. So you get the idea, right? And 3 would be very similarly filled up. So there are certain things we are going to need here. The first, we need to iterate through the old graph. We need to iterate through this. To iterate through this, I am going to use a queue. Every time we have to create something like this, an empty node, we want to fill this up. We cannot fill this up using this new node because new node does not have any idea of its neighbors. We would fill it up using the old node. So if we want to fill value 3 of new node, we need the value 3 of the old node. So this queue would be used to traverse, and this would contain old nodes. I'm also going to check if a node is created or not. If it is already created, I'm not going to create again, and for that I am going to need a map. This map would point from old to new. From the old value, I would look at this value 1. Is it already created? And this would point to a node. So it would be something like 1 points to node 1. So 1 is a simple integer value and the other is a node value. In this way, I don't really have to recreate these nodes. So these two data structures we would need. Now that we understand the basic algorithm of solving this problem, let's take a look at the code implementation. So I am here in the code editor. I have this function given clone graph. This is accepting the root of a node, and it is returning the root of the clone graph. The first thing, I would need a queue. So let's create a queue. This is going to be used to traverse the graph, the old graph. We are always going to traverse the old graph. Queue equals to node. For simplicity, I want to call it old node. So not just node. So I am renaming these variables old node. Next, I am going to need a map which stores the old value and the new value. So map from old to new from the integer value old node dot value to the new value. So let's create the first node, and this is our root. So node old node dot value. We also have to create this map. We have not created it yet. So map old new equals to I created a map. It's pointing from the old node value to new node value. Next, let's iterate through the entire queue. So let me draw the diagram and show you where we exactly are. So we have some example like this, 1 pointing to 2, 2 pointing to 3, and 3 to 4. We have something like this. Our queue right now has this one element, and our map right now is pointing from 1 to the node of 1. So we have this new node created now. This is done. We need to iterate through queue, the entire queue. So to do that, we would like to say while queue, okay, until this queue is not empty, let's keep processing the elements in the queue. Next, we need to we have this node, we have this new node, but this new node is not connected to its neighbors. This new one should be connected to its new 4 and new 2 and new 4. So we need to connect neighbors. Before we connect neighbors, let's get these nodes first so that we can process them. So what we are basically trying to do is iterate through the neighbors of the old one and assign it to the new one. Create or reuse any new node that we already have. So let me just show you. So node is going to be our old node. This is 1 in this case. Node equals to q dot pop 0. We can take this element out of the queue, and then we can also take out the copy would be this one, copy equals to, so we can take out this element from the map because we know we have already created it. So map old new, we can say node dot value. Using the value we can get the new node, and we can guarantee that this would always exist because we only enter element in the queue when we create a new node. So when I created this new node, I entered 1 corresponding to this node. So when I create 2, I enter value 2 corresponding to the node 2 which I have not yet created. Now let's iterate through the neighbors of 1. So for n in node dot neighbors, now there is a possibility that the node does not exist. For example, right now 2 and 4, they do not exist. So let's first check if the node does not exist. We need to create it before we assign it as the neighbor of the new one. So let's check if n dot value not in this map old new, if it is not there, let's create it. So node n dot value, this new node is created. We need to store it somewhere, and we can store it in a map old new n dot value correspond to this node. Now it would be very convenient to use this map over here. This is a map. So what we have successfully done now is we have created this 2 over here, but we are not pointing it yet. Every time we create a new node, we put it in the map. So over here, this 2 points to node of 2, and also we um, add it in the queue because now we want to process this. 1 is getting its neighbor right now, but 2 also needs to get its neighbor in the future, right? So we put this 2 in the queue, and remember it's the old that we traverse. We cannot traverse the new. The new does not have any neighbor information. So next in this step, we add 2 in the queue, which means queue dot append this n value. Once we are done with either creating this new node or we already had, Once we have once we have the neighbor, let's point to that neighbor, right? So let's do copy dot neighbors dot append. Let's append this value that we just created. So map of old to new n dot value. This is how we get that value. Either it already existed or we created. So once we are done with this loop will take care of all the elements. Let's return let's return the root of this new tree, and that we can get using the map itself. So map old new old node dot value. This old node is carrying the root of the old tree, and using value we can get the corresponding new node. The one thing that we are missing over here is old node in this question can be empty. If not old node, we can return none. So let's try to run this code. Let's submit it. Okay, so we have a solution. If this video was helpful to you, please consider subscribing for more such content.